Naked Truthers. Welcome back. So, on this episode, I want to dive into the matters of the heart. And it was inspired by a friend of mine saying to me today, Cosmic, your heart is sweet. Remember that. And it caught me off guard because I'm like, huh? Right? And I had to sit with that for a minute and just let it, soak in. Especially lately because, if I'm being honest, my heart has been a little heavy. It's been filled with a little bit of, or maybe a lot of emotion that I needed to work through and release and just let go of, right? And maybe even some tears to follow that, right? Have one of those good purging sessions, right? But it made me think about how sometimes we go through things in life and we can allow it to turn us bitter. And it just got me thinking, And I'm like, okay. Embrace the sweetness of my heart. And even now, I'm still just taking that in a sense. And so, I just wanted to come share that with y'all and to give a gentle reminder that no matter what you go through in life, move in love. Don't allow the world to turn you cold. Don't allow other people to turn you cold. Don't allow the bullshit to make the sweetness of your heart sour. We all go through pain, heartache, betrayals, different types of shit like that, disappointment, right? And it can build and it can build one on top of the other. And you're like, yo, enough is enough. And it could lead to your heart potentially being closed off as this protection, right? This protection method. When in reality, all you're doing is blocking yourself from experiencing the beauties of life. And I know because I've experienced this. I have closed my heart off in the past, right? Putting up this fortress, and yes, I said fortress, of protection around my heart because I had got to a place where I was just tired. I was tired of being taken for granted. I was tired of feeling heartache. I was tired of being disappointed. I was just tired of feeling pain, especially when it came to love, when it came to being vulnerable and letting people in, when it came to me putting my most intimate feelings out there. I was just over it. I got to a point where it was like, yo, fuck this shit. It's easier to just be closed off than to experience what I thought was love or a deep connection just to go through some fucked up ass pain. And so I walked around like that. I walked around in armor. I walked around waiting for the next shoe to drop. I walked around with my fist balled up, not able to experience life. I was ready. I had my sword and my shield ready. Whatever I needed to do. Protect my heart by any means. Right? But it also made everybody the enemy. People that wanted to come and genuinely love me, it made them the enemy because I didn't believe it. I side-eyed everybody. Like, what's the catch? Why you want to love me? Right? So, that's not a good place to be. It's not. And it's like now I'm asking somebody that does want to love me to fight through my protection system, my security system. They gotta fight through all the motherfucking walls just to try to get to me, the deeper layers of me. And while they fighting, I'm constantly rebuilding the walls. And it becomes exhausting to that other person and to myself as well. And you never know what you're missing out on either. This could be a dope ass person. Hell, this could be your soulmate. And yes, I know there's many different kinds of soulmates, but this could be, the one that you've been waiting on, praying for, asking for, looking for, right? But your heart is so closed off that you have no room for them, no space for them in your life or in your heart, period. So don't get to a place to where you are so closed off from the world and other people. Okay? Remain sweet. And I would say do it from a place of discernment, though. As if that was a lesson that I definitely had to learn. People used to tell me all the time that I'm sweet, and I still hear it, But it was like, at what cost am I being sweet? Because my sweetness of the heart once came laced in people pleaser energy. Right? Just being sweet to appease them, to avoid confrontation, to just smooth things over. When deep down inside, I wasn't truly listening to my heart, because it may not have been something that I wanted to do, but I would do it anyway, going against the true nature and intuition of what my body was saying, just so I wouldn't piss somebody off, step on somebody's toes, cause an argument or disagreement, or feel that uncomfortable feeling when somebody was mad at me, or, maybe I hurt somebody's feelings, or whatever the case may be. It was like, whatever I gotta do, however sweet I need to be, whatever I need to say, just to get you to stay, or just to keep the peace, to keep the motherfucking peace. Yet all along, there's a war going on inside of me for everything that I never fucking said or addressed. That's a whole nother episode within itself, keeping the peace. And so you can't have both. It's ironic because keeping the peace externally is like an illusion, because on the inside you're really not at a place of peace, but you suck it up and you tell yourself that, all right, things will remain peaceful if I don't say this, so I just let it be, if I just let it rock. I'm gonna just let this slide one time. And that one time, it's like a strike in your book. And now you got a whole fucking black book of strikes that's just building and building and building. And eventually that whole shit gonna catch on fire. And so when it comes to the heart and the genuineness and the compassion and just, being sweet to people, being kind to people, I want you to observe yourself the next time that you do something from the heart, and ask yourself, is it truly from the heart, or is it coming from a place of fear? Is it coming from a place of people pleasing? Is it coming from a place of wanting to keep the peace? Is it coming from a place of, bitterness? Is it coming from a place of trauma, insecurities, doubt? Is it coming from a place of worry? Is it coming from, oh man, it's just easier to just not say nothing at all? Or it's just easier to just go with the flow? I'm gonna just, agree to what they said just so we can get along, and it's no confrontation or conflict or tension between us. Observe where it's coming from, and then check in with your heart. I feel like a lot of times our heart space be needing a lot of love. And heart walls are real, y'all. I don't know if y'all are aware of the emotion code, but they are weird. They are real. They exist. And if you've ever gone through something in life, there's probably a moment where you placed up a heart wall. And usually the heart walls are made of something that's like close to you that you see as a form of protection, in a sense. And it can be made of anything. Some people have heart walls made of steel, made of brick. It could be made of items. It could be made of pillows. It could be made of stuffed animals. Especially, if you were the child that had like the security blanket or something that gave you a security that was like an inanimate object. That's pretty much probably what your heart wall is made out of. So they exist, and it's taking the time to bring them down, to get rid of them, to release them, so that your heart could truly be free and open. I just wonder how many people really walk around with an open heart. It's not afraid to have a truly open heart, to just understand the idea of impermanence. Like, everything is temporary, change is constant, nothing stays the same forever. It's inevitable. And understanding that people come and go, nobody is obligated to stay, nobody is obligated to do anything for you, nobody owes you anything, right? And just because you're with somebody doesn't mean that they are your quote-unquote forever person, And so I just wonder, like, how many hearts out there truly know what it feels like to not be weighed down by pains of the past, growing pains. How many hearts are truly light as a feather? How many attachments do you currently have to your heart? That could be a dope meditation too for those of you that meditate. If you just sit with yourself in that moment and envision your heart, what do you see? What does it look like? How does it feel? What do you hear? What do you smell? What do you taste? What is your surroundings like? And what is the state of your heart? Is it beating fast? Is it beating slow? Is it a normal rhythm? Are there strings coming from your heart? What is the color of your heart? Is it vibrant? Is it black? Like, what does the color of your heart look like? If you was to hold your heart in your hands, what does it look like? And what are you seeing? Are you getting any visions? Is anybody coming to mind? Any scenarios coming to mind? Things that you may need to work on, things you may need to heal or let go of? Any hidden memories that, you've repressed for years, any of that coming up? And if you took your heart and you put it on a scale against a feather, are they equally balanced? Or is your heart heavier than that feather? What happens when you do that? Yeah, that could be an interesting meditation. Might learn some things from that one. The sweetness of my beautiful heart. Definitely gonna keep that as a reminder. Just, to be mindful in the way that I move, And no matter what I experience, to just stay who I am and continue to move in a place of love and genuineness. I refuse to be bitter, y'all. There may have been a time in my life when I was, but I refuse to live life that way. Like, it's not a good place to be in. I see life as like, oh man, life is like abstract art. Sometimes you don't know what you're gonna get, right? You're just painting the canvas, going with the flow, following the current path that you're on. And, the paintbrush might fall, or you might knock over the cup of water, or you might, put the paintbrush in the wrong color, and now it's on your canvas, and you're like, fuck, how do I fix this, right? But everything adds to the canvas and makes it even that much more beautiful. It's a true masterpiece in the end when it is done. And it's like, man, all this happened while I was painting this picture, while I was walking this particular path. And now I look back and I see all the intricate beauties that happened to create this masterpiece. And I'm a whole different person now. And it's like, wow. But bitterness will forever leave a sour taste on your tongue. And when I think of a bitter heart, I automatically just think of like a black heart. Because, it's just, I don't know, it just seems lifeless to me. Especially if you got your protection up, right? Because it's like, is love truly flowing? Even the love for self. Because if you truly love yourself, right, and this may sound kind of ironic, but if you truly love yourself, you're not going to put that wall up. You're going to allow yourself to experience love, because you know that there's many different types of love out there, but you also understand the way life works, and you don't take it personal, and you know that shit happens, and you accept what is as it is for what it is, and you move through life differently when you love yourself. You don't tolerate bullshit. You don't accept the bare minimum. You don't make excuses for people. You're not out here people pleasing. You don't allow people to disrespect you or treat you any kind of way when you love yourself. It's like an upgrade. And honestly, the love for self is like the ultimate protection system that you can have. You don't even need to wrap your heart around in walls and whatever else, because that love for self is everything. And so, if you have a bitter heart in this moment, I really hope that you allow your heart to experience love again. And that song by Marion is in my head. He got an ice box where his heart used to be. It's so cold, it's so cold, it's so good. I remember listening to that back in the day. Speaking of that, how many of y'all got an ice box? A lot of people be like, oh, my heart is cold. Shit, that's damn near the same thing as being bitter. Now you out here just numb as fuck. How do you experience life numb as fuck? Like, and this is no shot to anybody, because I've been in a place where I was just numb, didn't want to feel shit. It just seemed easier that way. Like, I don't want to feel nothing. Fuck feelings, suppress all this shit. Then you just walk around like a zombie though. Like, you just, I don't know, you just like not even open to life. You're just moving on autopilot. Hell, that makes you miss out on life too. So, as I said, just a gentle reminder to embrace yourself, embrace your heart, embrace love, and remember that you only get one heart in this lifetime. Well, I guess you could say that's not true for people who have heart transplants. However, take care of the current heart that you have on all levels, whether it's physically, emotionally, spiritually, energetically. Take care of your heart. Allow yourself to remain in that place of sweetness, in that place of love, in that place of joy, in that place of just being light and free. And it's not to, say, oh, when things go, haywire or shit happens or, things become heavy in life or you experience grief or heartbreak, is not to say, oh, I gotta pretend. Nah, feel what you feel, but just don't stay there. Don't allow it to shift you into something that you're truly not. Don't allow that one incident or situation, or even if it's multiple ones, don't allow it to turn you into a monster or a zombie, and just a little news flash. If you are experiencing the same thing over and over and over and over and over, especially out in these relationships, there's a lesson that you're not catching. There's a lesson that you're not picking up. So figure out what that is. What is the common denominator in all of them? What keeps reoccurring? And that is what you're not getting. If you keep getting disrespected, or if you keep being played, or maybe somebody's constantly leaving, or you feel abandoned, neglected, or maybe somebody keeps cheating on you, or whatever the case may be, it's like, what keeps repeating and why, right? And this is not to point blame at anybody, because blame game gets you absolutely nowhere. We're all mirrors of each other, right? And a lot of times these situations we get in is simply asking us to look at ourselves and see the ways in which we abandon ourselves or play ourselves or betray and disappoint ourselves first. And then once you get that and once you shift that, you'll begin to meet different people. So that was just a little tidbit that I felt like throwing out there in this moment. Because I know a lot of times people will be like, damn, like, this shit went the same way as the last one. Yeah, the lesson going to keep coming up. It's just going to be sent to you in a different person. And so you're going to keep experiencing it until you actually get it. And each time that you experience it, it's going to hurt a little bit more. It's like the universe smacking you harder and harder each time. So I feel like I kind of stared off from the sweetness of my heart a little bit, but that's okay though. Y'all already know how I do. I just be flowing, and whatever wants to come out, I allow it to be free. I don't attempt to put any of these episodes in the box. Man, life is beautiful. My heart is beautiful. I'm quite sure you have a beautiful heart too. Sending out all some love in this moment. Just some genuine, heartfelt love. Because I feel like there's somebody out there that needs it. There's somebody out there that needs one of those hugs in this moment. One of them tight hugs. The type of hug that it does something. It could break you down. And not in a bad way. But it gives you this feeling of safety, security. And the moment that you're in that person's arms, it's like a sigh of relief. But it's also like a trigger, because it allows for you to cry. It allows for you to tap within and just let it all go. I feel like somebody needs one of them strong hugs one of them real hugs. Right? Some people call them grandma hugs. There's nothing like a grandma hug. But some people just got that touch, that embrace, and it's healing. So if you need one of those, I'm giving it to you right now. Just giving you love. Because you deserve it. You are worthy of it. And you deserve love simply for the fact that you exist. And no other reason is necessary. Love on you. Love on your beautiful heart. To the one that gave me this reminder, thank you. You are appreciated. I will remember to cherish my heart and to remain sweet throughout life and to not allow the lemons that I may receive to leave a sour taste in my mouth. Because you know what? When life gives you lemons, the sweetness of your heart is the missing ingredient to make that lemonade. You can't do it without the sweetness, or it'll just be some bitter ass lemonade. And I also see the sweetness as gratitude in a sense as well. Right? It's love, it's gratitude, it's beauty, it's compassion, it's understanding, it's acceptance, it's peace. So remember that when you're going through something and it's like, yo, all these fucking lemons. Remember, you are the sweetness. You are the missing piece to the equation. Alright? That is all that I have for y'all in this moment. I love y'all. Get used to telling people that you love them. That's gonna be another episode, but in this moment, I just want to say, get used to telling people that you love them. It doesn't have to be awkward. Okay, normalize it. I feel like people don't say I love you for whatever reason they may have. But normalize it. It's okay to say it to whomever, you know? And it doesn't have to come from a place of, oh, I'm madly in love with you, just to say I love you to somebody. No, not at all. It could be your best friend. It could be a coworker that you're cool with. You just have a genuine connection. You're like, you know what? I love you. I have love for you. Yeah. So get used to saying it. Get used to receiving it too. And get used to hearing it. Anyway, y'all have an amazing rest of your week. It is going on Tuesday here where I am. Well, it is Tuesday. Oh, it's 4:44 a.m. Look at that. It is Tuesday. So, may the rest of your week be peaceful, harmonious, full of love and compassion, full of joy and happiness, full of success, full of rest. Allow yourself to rest. And may you be divinely guided, divinely protected. And may you be well. May you be happy. May you be safe. May you be loved. May the matters of your heart no longer keep you bitter. May you free yourself from the attachments, from the chains, from the puppets. Or should I say from the puppeteer, because that would make your heart the puppet. You know, those people who can push your buttons easily. Those people who legit have control over you because they can make you mad in an instant. You're like a slave to them because they have that power. You've given your power away. When people can get up under your skin, make your blood boil, piss you off, pull you out of character, when they can fuck up your whole day, they have control over you. And it's funny because you don't realize that you have given them all your power. Anyway, let me not get into a whole nother episode, but I don't even remember what I was saying now. Just love on you. And I'm gonna go ahead and end this for real this time. Y'all are dope. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the support. And as always, life is as beautiful as you allow it to be. Self-love and perspective is key. I love y'all. Peace.